All right, guys, welcome into your video. Let's see what's going on for you. Yeah, use this deck. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to go the first week of May or roundabout, all right, guys? Some of you, this happens a week before, is happening right now, or it's going to happen in a few weeks. Mostly it's supposed to be happening in your future, but let's see what goes on. All right, what is the situation first week of May for Aquarius? And now that Uranus has moved its ass out of Taurus, you best believe this benefits all the air signs. What's the situation first week of May for Aquarius, please? You're torn. What are you torn over, guys? Somebody that ghosted you came back. Others of you, this could be about an affair or a fling that came to light. I do see a fire sign back here. An Aries, maybe, perhaps. We'll see. Or somebody with an authority figure. I feel like, I see Leo too. But moreover, and Capricorn. It's just some kind of weird toxic cycle you're in. It's like you're in a loop. Anyway, you guys are torn. Right? Two of Swords. You're sitting here saying, should I stay or should I go? Should I be with this person, that person? Should I take this job or that job? Should I change my career? What should I do? Should I sell my company, keep my company? You're torn, all right? Thousands of you guys, you're all discerning adults. Please apply where they belong. But what's attached to you being torn in decision is because of something that came to light that was in the shadows, like a strategy, like a plan, or someone who ghosted others of you in an affair. And now you don't know what to do. But I see this person that you're attracted to or is attracted to you. First of all, they're available to you because they're interested. Someone attractive with a lot of chemistry, a lot of fire. That is part of this whole entire scenario. Now, what's coming in for Aquarius, please? Page of Wands in reverse. Not page, I'm sorry. Ace of Wands in reverse. Who are you? Two of Pentacles. That's a lot of twos. Six of Cups and Ace of Wands in reverse. This is telling me there's a failure to launch something new here. All right? It's like you put something to bed from your past. Fine. But the new thing, you're kind of like, hold on, I don't know yet. So this new project or this passionate new beginning with a person is failing to launch. Could be because of your past, the person that you're dealing with, because you're also torn. You don't know which direction to take. You've rejected it, so I don't know how long that's going to stay in your environment for you to have it be feasible for access, if this is making sense to you guys, all right? But I see you perhaps either going to have a heart-to-heart conversation with this person or they are coming to you. And yes, it is someone from your past. Six of Cups. Now, what is the surprise of the week here for Aquarius, please? So this first week of May, April was crazy ass. I'm not even kidding. The planets in the sky were like raw dogging it all. I mean, and now Uranus, it ain't finished. It's almost there. But going forward, the choices that you're making in April and the first half of May is what will be for years to come for you, Aquarius. So, make good choices. No, I'm just messing with you. No, but seriously, what you do now sediments your future. You almost sense this. I believe you do, because it's like you're trying to get more information, Aquarius. You feel like you don't have enough to go on, right? You certainly have come to an end of a cycle, a situation. You've come to a full-blown conclusion here with somebody. The world. If this is literal, this talks about world travel. And when I say world travel, I don't mean get in your car and do a car ride. I mean across the pond, across the other side of the planet. But you're trying to get more information. You're doing a little stocky doodle. Perhaps something to do with a marriage or a commitment with someone or something. And you're being very defensive about it too. But that's a wrap here with the World. I think it has something to do with a partnership. Or like I said, a big commitment. What is the advice here for Aquarius? I almost slipped and said Taurus. I wonder why. Ooh, that's a lot, but let's see what's going on here. You're definitely somewhere on the precipice of ending things, Aquarius, and getting into the new. You're like right there. It's like one foot is in your past life and one foot is in your future. Because I see these aces popping, and I see that it being coupled by twos. Twos are life choices, right? So you feel torn as what decision to make, that if you make it, that it's like so detrimental that that's your new life. That's not always the case. You can make these decisions and choices and go back and course correct at any point in time, but it does almost feel like you're forced to make a life choice, right? Because that's what twos usually symbolize for people. As far as choices that are thrown your way by the universe, that would be the major arcanas. But because these are minor arcanas, this is like the stress and pressure you're putting on yourselves, right? See, you need to make a judgment call. You know you need to make a decision. You need to sit here and say to yourself, okay, this thing needs to happen so I know which path to go on, so I know which direction to take. Because even if I go on this path or this direction and it's a mistake, I can course correct myself, but I got to decide. You get what I'm saying? Now that apply to you in your advice. You need to walk away, Aquarius, from the things that no longer emotionally serve you. Your cups are dry. Where are you going to drink love? Where are you going to drink fulfillment? Where are you going to drink for, anything that would be abundant? Nowhere, nothing. There's nothing there. You need to go out and, fill your reserves. You need to stay focused. Regardless of the positive and negative energies going on around you, stay focused, because anything that's negative could derail you right now. And you don't need that. Okay? 6 of Wands. Go where you will find success. Go where you will be vindicated. Go where you will be validated. It's so simple. I mean, I say that, but, not as simple. But wherever you decide to go, when you leave something that no longer emotionally serves you or suits you, and you stay focused, you stay on track, you stay on mission, and you make a judgment call, you will be successful. Okay? You need to begin a relationship based on truth and honesty. And if this is about work or business, contracts, right? You need to shake on hand that says, we need a relationship based on truth and honesty. If this is a relationship, let's put all our cards on the table and be honest with each other. Who's emotionally available here between the both of us? Who has unrequited love? Are we in sync? Do we resonate with each other? Do we want the same things? Right? It's one thing to sit here and say with somebody that you're trying to figure out what to do with, and you're honest with them, that you're not emotionally available, but you do want to move on with your life. At least if they know to be patient with you, right? And if they're not, oh well, they're lost. You have a path. You have a decision already made. But you need to do it based on truth and honesty. And then weigh your pros and cons. And then defend yourself from your position and or resist the bullshit or something that's toxic. Outcome of the week for Aquarius, please. This is a whole new life. You've been spinning it for a year, and it's like the web is almost done. And you're like, wow, I'm like done. This is like my new life. It's almost scary to go into it. Yes, looks like you might be. See, you're returning back to what? The scene of the crime. 10 of Swords. Why? And then you're trying to remain optimistic and hopeful on top of it. This is, some of you, it's leading to divorce. Others of you, this is leading to some form of justice for you because it's upright. So this means it's going to be fair and balanced for all parties involved. whether it's karma or literal court. You're creating a burden. Maybe you need to do this. Maybe you need to uncover every stone. I don't know what it is, but this is why you're saying no to something new there. And that's why your advice is telling you judgment call. Walk away from things no longer emotionally serving you. You will find success. I get it. Someone's vindicating you and validating you, but to what avail? To what end? Is it going to give you what you want? Or is it just like, yeah, it's like rubbing, your back and saying, oh yeah, cool. It's not cool. You want XYZ. You're going back to something. And it looks like chaos. It's like you left the storm and you're going back to the storm. Maybe you're trying to double check. I don't know. We'll see. Let's start clarifying this stuff. Those of you where I'm catching you before this happens, please, no matter what, advice. Or just chill, at least until, I don't know when you're hearing this, but please wait until at least May 1st before you make decisions, big ones. What's Two of Swords? Because I think this time period between April 25th to April 29th, it's going to uncover a lot of shit for you, Aquarius, that it's going to be extremely eye-opening. Two of Swords, please, for my Aquarius, please. Those of you who are my members, raise your hands. No, just kidding. I was going to say comment down below. Because I'm thinking of doing something new. Usually when I do these videos, I do them the day before I post them, because I take the day to edit and whatnot. A lot of you who already know me, I'm just thinking of just doing a raw, unedited version for those who are members, early access. So the minute that I'm done, I can upload, but the title isn't edited, something like that. I can give you guys that access, and then do it to the general population the day that I usually post, which is usually Tuesdays for Aquarius. Let me know if that interests any of you guys. All right. Three of Pentacles. This is third-party situation and or collaborating with a person and or a team. You're curious. You're wondering, a lot of you're wondering about a person that you stopped talking to, what they're up to, what's going on there. Maybe perhaps new love. At first I was thinking, are you going back to the ex? What is this? What are you curious about over there? Forget the ex. But then I saw new love, and I do see this. You're going to start healing, but you won't be ready. You won't be ready for the new stuff because you feel unrequited love. You're still in the process of healing. Yeah. It's funny. This new deck is matching actually what's out here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. You're torn. Two of Swords, clarified by the Three of Pentacles, third-party situation, or to work here with somebody and or a team. Someone from your past, you're still thinking about it, fond memories, you close that chapter. However, new person comes in, you reject, or vice versa. This brings you to the end of a cycle in life in general. Sometimes what is actually happening to us in reality takes time for our heart, look at this, our heart and our minds to catch up to this point where you're at, right? But you get curious about someone you stopped talking to. There is new love that pops in, but you're in the interim of healing. So you don't have feelings for anybody right now that you're allowing yourself to be. You are just enjoying yourself, having fun. Dare I say hot sex? No, this is in out. This is being third party person, because here you are, Two of Swords, torn. Rushing in to communicate. These blocks, obstacles, and issues you're having. Here we go, the Six of Wands. Someone comes back to vindicate you, validate you. That's the someone, right? And then Two of Pentacles, you're torn, weighing your pros and cons. But there comes this ending. And there comes you defending yourself. Okay? But you're trying to be cautious because you don't know what the future holds. And meanwhile, here you are still working on yourself, your craft, your shit. You're bearing yourself in work. Because you really don't know who or what to invest in. You know you need to cut your losses. These cards could go on and on and on. But as you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with, You feel left out in the cold, so you're trying to make a wise choice. That is why your advice and all these cards, and I could keep going, it's telling me the whole storyline, why you need to stay focused, why you need to remember the thing that's emotionally draining you or no longer serving you is not worth your while. That is why you need to make a judgment call, regardless of who comes in to vindicate you, validate you. You will have success no matter what. Okay? Let me shake these up a little bit now that I need to shuffle them a bit and see why we have... This is like the thickest cardstock in the world. Okay. Spirit for Aquarius. Why is the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Six of Cups here? Because you are in the process of making a final judgment call. If not, you will be. But before you do so, you go to have a heart-to-heart conversation here with somebody, probably to figure it all out. Right? Because you're a little bit stuck. Trying to manifest a future, but not having all the resources to do so. Okay, interesting. The World. That's why I feel if you wait for like the first or second week of May, things are going to start coming to you in signs. Right? Because now that Uranus has moved into one of your sister signs, like your fellow air sign, Gemini, for all air signs, you guys are going to start thinking more clearly, more sharp, right? More obvious. So we kind of got to wait for those energies to happen and catch up with us. The World, please. The Chariot. Yeah, I think now that this chapter has ended, someone comes in and says, okay, this is what it is. Whether you're talking to a lover and you're giving them breadcrumbs or vice versa, or you're asking, you're like, okay, this is done. You're still trying to stay focused. You're trying to pay it no mind. I mean, you are, there's no choice, but you realize this marks an end of an era for you. But you still try to stay focused. You still try to control your life, regardless of all the crazy that's going on. What's the advice here for Aquarius? No, why do I keep forgetting what movie this is, but I gotta remember this movie. It just reminds me of you and your reading this week, where it's about, this guy who goes up to an oracle, and the oracle goes, she has candy in her hand, would you like a candy? And the guy goes, well, you already know what decision I'm gonna make, predictions, right? She goes, yes, I do, but that's not why you're here. You're here to understand why you made that decision. And that's kind of what I feel like for you guys, right? Because here you are trying to make wise decisions. You're trying to temper yourself by controlling, by retracting, basically. You're retracting your energy. The best thing you can do for yourself, instead of being the Queen of Wands, which is having fun and being the mistress and creative and fire and passion, that energy, if you're creating a new project, yes, you need to absorb some of that energy. But I don't think that's what's going on here, because you would have that Ace of Wands upright and it's in reverse. In your case, and seeing what your advice is, you got the other queens. By the way, you're my queens, male or female, whatever your pronoun is, you are my queens. The kings are the opposite people. They're the incoming. I don't do that for private readings. I only do that for YouTube, TikTok, large audience, so we can discern who is who, which character is in your lives, right? So this is you needing to be stable. This is you needing to be nurturing, kind, caring, taking care of family, taking care of yourself, taking care of your internal unit, you, your partner, and your dogs, or your kids, or your immediate family, right? And the Queen of Cups, being emotionally mature, being emotionally available, whether it's a negative conversation or a positive one. You need these energies combined right now. Funny, because this isn't you. You're air, obviously. But this is what you need to realize when you're making these choices, because this is your advice. If you need to walk away from something that's no longer emotionally serving, and be like, I got to think about my stability, and I got to think about who's going to emotionally fulfill me, because now I want love. I want to love and be loved. And this is what you need to do in order to get there. So retract your energy, make that wise decision on a marriage, relationship, or commitment that you have to someone or something, whether it's a friendship, your career, etc., or a boss. Weigh those pros and cons. One stays, one goes as your life transitions. Okay? But let's see what you're going back to and why. Hopefully it'll tell us both those things. If not, we'll analyze that too. What is the Six of Swords in reverse here for Aquarius, please? Five of Wands. Yeah, you have these blocks, these obstacles and issues, and because of this, whether you're fighting with somebody or whatever the deal is, you go back, right? Maybe you hit some sort of realization. I don't know what it is that you do, but here's the interesting part. The thing that you go back to, whether it opens your eyes to a person or a situation, you kind of upgrade. So it's like maybe these twos that I keep seeing, you finally decide. So this Six of Swords, at first I was thinking, oh God, are they going back to the ex? I don't know if that's a great idea looking at their advice. But now that I see the clarifier, I'm like, oh, nice. They might be going back to that new beginning, that new person, because you upgrade something or someone. Well, something else implodes. If not, it could be the same. We'll see second week of May, but I do see the Four of Wands. I do see the upgrade coming. That will be a very interesting reading. I'm invested, guys. I'm invested in you. All right, let's see what we're going to talk about for love in the extended. It's like I can't wait to see, like, it's you guys are like a series. Can't wait to see the next episode next week. Romantic feelings. Yeah. Friends, this is the upgrade I'm talking about. This is the new love. This is the one that you're kind of rejecting a little bit. Or again, vice versa. Moonology. We haven't done you in a while. Let's see what the advice is here. What say you, Moonology, to... I wonder if that's a real word, Moonology. I doubt it. I hope that's for Aquarius spirit. You are good enough. Is this Virgo? Yep, full moon in Virgo. Let's see what the message is here for you guys. All right. It's time to really be honest with yourself and understand what's led you to your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Kind of what I was vibing with the Uranus moving. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings in those results. That's why you have the Chariot also in your advice, to stay focused. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. I hope this helped. See you guys on the next one.